What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing another versus video. We are putting the Dragonhawk Fold against the WJX Maxon adjustable stroke pen. These pens both come from Dragonhawk. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the motor. Now the Dragonhawk Fold has the traditional coreless motor that Dragonhawk uses for most of its machines, especially in the masked line like the masked Archer and Lancer, as well as the Mass Tour Pro, all that stuff. It is a good motor used by Dragonhawk. It is the more cost-efficient motor so that they can put out more of these stuff. That's why there's a lot more of the Archers, Lancers, rather than the Maxon stuff, because the WJX Maxon adjustable stroke pen has the Maxon motor, which is really hard to come by when China orders it. Like, it takes a really long time for it to arrive. And yeah, the Maxon motor is a very desired motor by a lot of artists. It is a powerful motor as well as a durable motor for long lasting machine powering. Yeah, basically it's a motor that you want. So I have to give the WJX Maxon motor the points over the Fold, right? So this one wins when it comes to the motor. Now let's talk about the stroke of each machine. The Fold has 7 preset stroke settings, which is, let's see, the 2.4, 2.7, 3.0, 3.3, 3.6, 3.9, and 4.2. That's how many preset settings it has, 7. And it goes all the way up to 4.2. Now let's talk about the WJX Maxon pen. It has a 2.6, 2.9, 3.2, 3.5, 3.8, and 4.0. It has 6 preset settings that goes only from 2.6 to 4.0. Now, is that a deal breaker because the Fold, has more presets over this one? I believe yes and no, because when it comes to, alright, let's put it into 2 categories: hard hit versus soft hit, right? Because this one has a Maxon motor and it has a 4.0 setting. It doesn't have a 4.2, but it has 4.0, but it has a Maxon motor. I would give this one the harder hitting. I would give this a harder hitting option, right? If you want a hard hitting machine, get this one. It beats this one out of hard hits. Boom. This one, however, because it has a coreless motor, which is a little bit weaker than the Maxon motor, but it has a 2.4 setting, or yeah, if you want a really soft hit, soft shading stuff, I would go with this one. Honestly, that is the biggest difference between these 2 pens. You don't have to get both, but they are versatile. I mean, this can hit hard if you want it to hit hard, but this just hits harder. So this hits harder, this can hit softer. That's basically it. Now, when it comes to the structural part of the machine, let's talk about the build, all right? The WJX Maxon pen is a little bit smaller than this one. It's also a little bit lighter. Oddly enough, this feels a bit top heavy over this one, which is a little bit more balanced. The Fold is a bit more balanced than the WJX Maxon adjustable stroke pen. But it is smaller, which some people like because it's easier to handle. Especially if you put a battery pack over this one, it feels a bit better. Because if you put a battery pack on this one, it's a little bit chunky. It's a chunky boy. Yeah, so when it comes to that, edging out the form factor wise, like weight, distribution, and the feel of the machine, I think this is a little bit more comfortable because it's a bit lighter in a way, although it is top heavy. It's really hard to say. This is more balanced, but the overall size, this one I think is a bit nicer. when it comes to the size. All right. Now let's talk about something that is very, very important that Dragonhawk finally addressed and fixed. Now the problem with the adjustable stroke pens is that if you drop it, if it gets damaged, or you overturn the adjustable stroke mechanism thing, it kind of ruins the rods and the flywheel inside of these machines. And yeah, if it falls, if your machine falls on the mechanism, which is the top part, it's pretty much, there's a chance it's gonna break, right? You don't want the machine that you paid $200, $300 for to break after one fall, or you know, you made the stupid mistake of like overturning the machine or something like that. Yeah, so the Dragonhawk Fold came into play, and Dragonhawk addressed this issue by creating the 360-degree adjustment thing from their flywheel. That way, you don't, if you go over, it's not gonna damage the machine, right? So what do I mean by the 360 thing? Let's take a look at it. There you go. You can turn it from 4.2 to 2.4, turning to the left or to the right. It's not a problem. Also, they did something with the stability of said mechanism. If it falls, it has this like bracket thing. It's not just there for a cool design, although it does look cool. It creates like a housing or a cage for the machine, for the mechanism. That way, if it falls, it's a little bit more secured than this one. Really nice that they finally addressed that issue, and I hope that this was a sufficient fix for those people that had problems with the adjustable stroke mechanism. Alright, so that's basically it, guys. That's the difference between the two machines, and personally, my personal opinion, I do like the WJX pen quite a bit over the Fold. That's just me because of my tattooing style. I like hard-hitting machines. I like to do neo-traditional like I mentioned in the past, and some black work stuff. Basically, hard-hitting machines is my favorite, you know, like that's what I want to do. But if I do have a project or a tattoo that I need a nicer, softer hitting machine, I will still use this one. And don't get me wrong, this doesn't hit soft, alright? Like, I mean it does, but it doesn't mean it's a soft hitting machine only. It does hit hard, just not quite as hard as this one. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Don't forget to hit that like, comment below, subscribe to the channel so you know what's coming next, and I'll see you all on the next video. Later!